Well, some alarming prospects indeed. Now, the wife of the arrested Ukrainian opposition leader, Viktor Medvedchuk, has slammed the detention of her husband and criticized the Ukrainian government. Her words came during a press conference in Moscow.
They crossed the line. The situation got out of control. I want to emphasize once again that Viktor Medvedchuk is not just a citizen of Ukraine. He is a people's deputy of Ukraine who is acting. He legally continues to fulfill his duties and he represents the people today. I emphasize once again, I oppose torture, violence against all political prisoners. What is happening to Viktor is human disgrace. I beg you to carefully look at these photographs. There are no signs of damage in any of the photos. The next one shows large bruises and bruises that they tried to cover with hair, which means that these pictures were taken at the beginning and during the interrogation. There is no doubt that he was beaten in the first hours after his arrest.
On your screens now are the photographs of Viktor Medvedchuk referenced to by his wife. They were posted by the Ukrainian president himself, who claimed the opposition leader had been detained in a special operation. You can see he's handcuffed in the photo, with signs of beating clearly visible on his face. It's still unclear if Medvedchuk was captured, in fact, weeks prior to this photograph. Now, who is Viktor Medvedchuk? Well, he's a Ukrainian politician and one of the leaders of the opposition. From 2018 all the way until his arrest, he was the chairman of the pro-Russian party in Kiev. He had played a key role in negotiations between Ukraine, Russia and the People's Republics of Donetsk and Lugansk. His wife also complained of how all opposition media channels have been completely shut down in Ukraine.
6 channels were closed before I left Ukraine. As far as I know, all TV channels are now closed except for one. This is the only platform. This is a country with one channel that Zelensky controls. There can be no more alternative opinions. What freedom of speech? This is no longer journalism.
My name is Aidan Aslin. I came to Ukraine in 2018 of February. Came to join the military.
I'm Sean Pinner. I'm a citizen of the UK. I was captured in Mariupol. I'm part of 36 Brigade, 1st Battalion, Ukrainian Marine Dushiya. I was fighting in Mariupol for 5-6 weeks, and now I'm in Donetsk, People's Republic.
We've now heard about the threat posed to one opposition figure in the past, but another is facing problems right now. Viktor Medvedchuk was arrested this week by Ukrainian security services, and now his wife is asking British Prime Minister Boris Johnson to swap detained British mercenaries for her husband. From 2018 until his arrest, Medvedchuk was the chairman of a pro-Russian party in Kiev. He played a key role in negotiations between Ukraine, Russia, and the People's Republics of Donetsk and Lugansk. And his wife says that this arrest was completely against the law.
Dear Mr. Prime Minister Johnson, I'm Oksana Marchenko, wife of the opposition politician parliamentary of Ukraine, Viktor Medvedchuk. I appeal to you for help in exchanging my husband, who was illegally detained by Kiev authorities for political reasons and false accusations, for citizens of your country, Aidan Aslin and Sean Pinner. Help their family and friends return Aidan and Sean. Help me return Viktor.
Earlier, Russia said it detained several military personnel from NATO countries, including 2 British citizens. Aidan Aslin and Sean Pinner were fighting as mercenaries in Ukraine. They were captured this week as prisoners of war in Mariupol, along with hundreds of Ukrainian soldiers. This comes after Boris Johnson's flying visit to Kiev, where he pledged to provide more military aid to President Zelensky. There have already been several reports of British citizens fighting in Ukraine. However, Johnson himself has completely ruled out the possibility of British troops officially fighting in Ukraine against the Russian army. Political analyst Ivan Mizucha believes as long as Zelensky continues his anti-Russian stance, the West will turn a blind eye to any political repressions in Ukraine.
By and large, Zelensky has a free hand today to finally strangle political freedoms in Ukraine. Zelensky could not have an honest and democratic dialogue with Viktor Medvedchuk in a fair political competition. In fact, we see a typical dictator in the centre of Europe, and unfortunately today both Boris Johnson and Macron and other European leaders turn a blind eye to this. They see it like this: if Zelensky does something bad to Russia, then this is our guy. For such reasons, they will turn a blind eye to political trials, to the arrests of prominent opposition political leaders such as Viktor Medvedchuk, and to the activities of nationalists and radicals, a lot of whom are inside the army.